All right. Sometimes this thing goes live. That happened to me the other day. Today I caught it. Sometimes it will go live by tricking me. Nice to be with you this morning, everybody. How are you? We get off to a slight early start. I put on some nice tunes for us. Gonna chill out a little bit today, connect a little bit. Pat is here. Happy Friday. That is the truth. Happy Friday. So good to be together here and wrap up the week. Woke up to the snow this morning on the eastern shore of Maryland. Oh man. Yeah, we got blasted with snow last weekend here in Madison, and then a little more during the week. And I don't know if that is a harbinger of our winter to come or not, but I think we've had more snow already this winter that hasn't even officially started than we did all of last year. I've gotten out cross-country skiing just about as much as I did all of last year, I think. But that's good. I like the snow. I like the winter. I like all the seasons. A good friend of mine from college moved to San Diego and lived there for about 5 years. And boy, I was jealous for a while, but then he's like, oh, you get used to it. You kind of come to miss the seasons after a while. I would miss the seasons for sure. Seasons, something I've tried to lean into on the channel here. I think, our modern way of life, we do what we do. We have all of our air conditioners and heaters, and we make it eternal spring inside, and we get disconnected a little bit from the seasons. Staying connected, staying grounded, these are some good things to focus on. Dialing in on the season can help us do that. And today, the main thing I just want to do, I want to celebrate this path that we're on. Celebrate Friday. Celebrate the first week of our little challenge. How's that been going for you? Are you stepping in a good direction? Do you feel good about the path? Do you have questions? Do you have struggles? Hey, share them. Is all good. Throw them in the chat, whatever the reality is. Let's just sink into a little bit. Say, what is the experience that we've had this week? I'm going to bring up a little review for us. Here's the week on the Simple Fasting channel. Even ending last week, their little song from Nahko Manifesto. We're all related, coming out of that Thanksgiving space and thinking about family, connection, community, that whole mindset, Thanksgiving and gratitude. And then launching into this week, the challenge, -5 pounds. That's the path. That's where we're going. -5 pounds by January 1st. Trying to step toward it, break it down into tiny little steps. Every day, just taking the one step that is that day. That's what we're doing today. Just gonna hang out a bit here, center ourselves, ground ourselves. Look at these other topics that we did. $1 million motivation. There's some intensity. I love that idea. What if somebody would give you $1 million to be -5 by January? How would you do it? And what would that do to your mindset? The big thing that we're wanting to do here on the channel, here on our path, Build a powerful mindset that is grounded and stable, moving toward things from a spirit of curiosity and excitement. That's where I was going with $1 Million Motivation. Not something that is pressure. If that idea is pressure, don't do it. But if it's like, oh, I'd be pretty excited. I'd be waking up. I'd be like, I'm walking toward $1 million. Okay, that's how I want people feeling, excited. Have a little fun. On track for the challenge, Pat says. Recovered from the holiday and down the first pound on the challenge. Got to stay motivated through the weekend. Absolutely. That is what we have to do. Fire up some motivation here in this session for sure. And we look at these last couple sessions. This is why I say we got to chill out a little bit on Friday. Throw on some Kulu. The beautiful trumpet meditation. Do a little consolidating of the thinking. These two last sessions, let go of regret, and then flowing out of that, letting go of anger. I thought those were kind of intense, sessions. I'm just going to let those kind of simmer a little bit, let them sit, let them soak in a bit. My intention on the channel is to go as deep as we can into an emotional space. Try to get to the root, the core of our being. That's what we say. We're trying to develop a way of being in the world that is healthy, that is the healthiest possible version of ourselves. We say there could be 1,000 different choices we could make. We want to develop awareness and thoughtfulness, so that we can use every tool at our disposal to shape the future into the best possible outcome that we can. Of course, always having grace with ourselves, never. Perfection not possible. See, this one of my favorite mugs. See the good, right? Good enough. That's what we're going for. Find the good and find enough with it. Also, a little celebration for me personally is video 200. So this is feeling good to me today. Between the actual videos and then the live sessions, I've pivoted mostly just to doing the live sessions because it just resonates with me. It just feels good. Like I probably swing back around. I have lists of regular videos I want to do, but I think just the things that I enjoy most in life, just connecting with people, having conversations, and the live has felt to me like really the vibe that I want. Fasting about passing time in a thoughtful way, floating through a space without struggle. And that's really what the live is. And so, I sit here, videos that I've done, and I chop up the footage. I cut out the spaces. I've watched videos about how people succeed on YouTube. I don't really know that I don't care that much about succeeding. I really don't know. I think I am. I think this is success to me. Hey, thank you for these congratulations. Congratulations to us all. I'll be honest with you. I have gone through some times where I've been, struggled with it to stick with it. It wouldn't be happening now. Our show today wouldn't be happening without y'all being here and showing up. It gives me so much encouragement. So this is what I like about the live too, is it's a co-creative process. We're coming together. We're sharing thoughts and ideas. We're making the experience together. And that feels so much more natural and organic. When I like taking an idea and just, sharing it and talking about it and then getting feedback and discussion and seeing what other people's experience is. To me, that's community, and that is how we move forward on a path together. So I've done the thing, like I was saying, where I chop out every breath, so it's like the pacing of the video, and I was like, I watch it, I'm like, it's kind of fun. I kind of get it. But like, really, to me, what feels good is just like hang out, share ideas, have discussion. And it's like we're spending some time, This is the mirror that I'm trying to create with the program, is like, how do you move through a space? Like, you don't cut out the space, you don't cut out the breaths, especially breathing. That's what's felt the worst to me, because what I want to tell people, like, a big path toward health is just breathing, right? That we got to take the breath. Don't cut out the parasympathetic outflow. This is the core, one of the core problems that we have in society and health now, and I think it's kind of emblematic. The editing process. Cut out everything that isn't perfect. Isn't the beauty in the imperfection? The times when Dr. Z shows up and he doesn't know he's live, and I'm doing my thing. Did you see that? Were you there? Oh man. So embarrassing. It's just life. It's just real. This is why I like Kulu too. So we got the trumpet playing. I put a link in the description for Kulu's channel. I think my favorite YouTube artist, because he just records one take live. And that's what this show is. So I think it pairs. It's just live. And this is what our life is. Our life isn't edited. We don't get to like refilm it for the perfect take. We just have to learn and grow and move forward. And so that is what I'm going to keep doing anyway. So here we are. We're at the end of the week. It's Friday. We're kind of consolidating this whole thing, and then we'll fire ourselves up for the weekend. The session yesterday, letting go of anger. Then at the end of it, something I thought we would just reflect on a little bit. At the end of that, we were talking about medicine and what is medicine. I reflect on that a lot. I did over the week. I was taking my national board exam for internal medicine certification. So I'm answering all the questions, I sit in my office and answering the questions about medicine. And I was thinking about, that talk where we were saying, okay, letting go of anger. It's not like when you're in medicine, you're sitting in a medical office, you just go to the doctor, talking about something. Felt in that session we were going over about how so often medicine is so superficial, like we're not getting to the deepest layer. That's where I was saying with some of these talks. I want to both go super deep, try to really get to a root layer of health, and then I want, some sessions that are more like this, like just hang out and realize our whole society is like on a spectrum of doing versus being. In Me Too, we're like way over on the doing thing, everything intense, always doing, always, but not being. The being side of it, here we can flip over to a reflection space. Being is where you can just reflect. Here was like the last sunset in Madison before the snow came. Want to let go of anger, we were saying. Got to be able to reflect on it is a place to start. So in medicine, can we think, is letting go of anger like it's a root level below so much of medicine? So I was reflecting on that last night. I was thinking, I was like, well, what should we talk about tomorrow? I was thinking about that. Oh, what even is medicine? What is a broader view of medicine? Here, I wrote some notes about it. So questions that I was asking myself yesterday: is fasting really medicine? Can you say, is fasting part of medicine? Or is it just a lifestyle? Is it below medicine? Is it culture? That's what I was saying. Say a lot of different things can be medicine. Medicine can be defined like broadly, like the medical system, what we have as a medical system, especially in the West. That's what gets defined as medicine. Medicine is going to the doctor. Medicine is getting a prescription. At the end of that talk yesterday, we were talking about social determinants of health, how the things that actually shape whether we are healthy or not is so much broader than medicine, as it's narrowly defined. Clean air and healthy food and safe environment, education, and enough financial means to be able to provide basic necessities. All these things have a much broader impact than one's ability even to have access to the medical system. And then within that context, okay, if letting go of anger is actually upstream of so much of the metabolic process that we have, is letting go of anger medicine? And then I was thinking, all right, if music is a sort of thing, in that session on regret, played the music, say, can the notes get in there? That's music as medicine. These are just some reflections that I was having. Queen of Heaven is here. Good morning to you. Welcome. Medicine to me is more broadly defined is just anything that can help a person is medicine. That'd be like really broadening things out. Anything that can help a person, and then especially if we dial it in, it's just people helping people. People helping people is medicine, much more broadly, not just a medical system. That's how we get toward community as medicine, culture as medicine, connection as medicine. Everything in our society so individualized. Medicine gets defined as like, oh, you have to go into a special little room and have like all these, specific things. That's all that can be medicine. But then when we get from this, the things that actually bring health and wholeness, like a holistic vision of health, so much bigger. So I say Kulu as medicine. Take the link. You say, then you can listen to music like this, turn it up without Dr. Z yapping over it. And you can just flow in that sort of space. So while I was thinking about this, I was reminded of a song. I was thinking, oh, music is medicine. I know a song like that. On our Thanksgiving session, I read the lyrics from Nahko. And he has another song. I put a link to it in the description. Thought I'd just share these lyrics with you as part of our reflection. Manifesto by Nahko. I just read it. The lyrics are great just to read. You can go listen to this gentleman sing it, and then you get a totally different experience. Think about this as we think about medicine, as we think about what it means to move toward health, wholeness, healing, wellness, vitality. We're trying to charge ourselves up with every good thought heading into the weekend. Let's make this weekend fantastic expression of health, not in a struggle, mind you, as a flowing through a space. This is what we're doing. We're flowing toward January 1st. Joyful expression. Nahko says, well, this is real talk. This is non-stop. It's loop now, tongue and mind. Played off the sidewalk, straight to your boombox. How it travels from ear to memory. Well, this is medicine. There's a message within. And each will find it in their own time. Well, this is music, and this is how I use it. It makes you move and move the movement. This is how I focus, knowing it's not hopeless. It sure starts with me and it ends on a whole note. Musical medicine. This is my healing for past and present, future things to come. I see people stressing over space and possessions out of fear and a need for visual aids of our abundance. Give me examples or something tangible, something I can get my hands on and find real meaning. Where is the medicine? I've been searching. I suppose each will find their own kind. Everything's at stake. It makes it hard to concentrate. There are men who see a war and see a paycheck. It's such different programming to live so fearfully. Terror this and terror that terrible reality. There's no medicine on the television. So turn it off and turn yourself around. Let's just face it, the world's racist. Even the most peaceful of us get caught in the trend. To live cohesively, it's almost a fantasy. We ought to know it starts with humbling our egos. What is the medicine for cultural wounding? Has its moments, has its medicine, has its time. I was listening to the outgoing seasons about climate change and some of the reasons when the sky opened like I'd been hoping. There came horses by the thousands. There was thunder on their tongues and lightning on their minds, and they were singing this old melody from some other time. They sang, don't waste your hate, rather gather and create. Be of service. Be a sensible person. Use your words and don't be nervous. You can do this. You've got purpose. Find your medicine and use it. I love that song. I love that song. Gotta sit and reflect on that for a minute. Find your medicine and use it in such a broader context. Medicine's so much bigger than we have been led to believe by people who want to sell us stuff. There is broader health and healing available in large measure through community, connection, music, thoughtful reflection, meditation, journaling, taking care of ourselves and each other through movement, the deep connection between our body and the soil through food. Man, You realize how much a part of all this we are, and we try to separate ourselves from it. We think, oh, a human being is a type of thing. We have moved beyond that. We're not. We're different than this. What was I reading the other day? The quote was something like, the distinction in the future will be between people who want to live as what? As a machine or as a creature. That's what it was. They were positioning it. This is the choice of humanity, basically, in this age of AI and the technological revolution that is going to allegedly change everything. But that these processes also dehumanizing. Like, let's build a machine to even think for us. Really? Okay, do you want to live like a machine? Do you want to live like a creature? Like, people don't like... I think even when I read that, I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I have to think. He's like, do you resonate with either one? To me, I think, well, I don't want to be a creature. I mean, I don't want to be a machine. That was pretty clear. I don't think we don't want to have people just be machines. But then to be a creature, you say, like, we think, well, a creature we think is like an animal. We think, well, we are so much better than this. Human beings so much better. And then that leads to this position, domination over everything, not in a relationship with it. When we think about connection, we want to connect with each other. We want to connect with community. I say, let's also connect. Queen of Heaven says, but aren't we? Now we're thinking. I'll leave it as an open question. What do you think? I don't have an answer to it. What are we? These are deep questions. I like this. This is the type of space where we can just sink in and think about it. Good questions for reflection over the weekend. The type of thing that people would say, well, are these questions... It's like, good thing to think about. Are we on topic or off topic? Something to think about. I think we're on topic with this. We're trying to move on our 5-pound goal by December. End of December. Want to be very thoughtful to do that. The word for 2026 is listen. Yeah, I love that. Make space daily to listen. This is absolutely good. Throw the question out there for yourself. Do you feel more like a machine? Do you feel more like a creature? Look at those words from Nahko. The thing that is coming to me says we got to start with humbling the ego. Creature to me, to say, a human being is a creature. We're a part of this. That's a little humbling. It's not that we're so far above it. We're right down by the ground with everything else. Like, bring some of the ego down. Bring some of the hubris down. Embrace some humility. I'm just saying collectively, this is not the zeitgeist of the time, right? Queen of Heaven says, we are creations. See, this I believe. I totally believe that. We are creations. Like, I don't know the etymology, where these words, but to me, a creation is very close to creature. A creature is a creation. I really do believe that. Human being is a work of art. You say, people philosophically will argue. Philosophically or theologically, however you want to say it. Did people evolve here from meaninglessness? Were they created here through some process, some divine process? I definitely moved in that direction, for sure. When you look at the beauty of a sunset, look at the birds flying across the lake, you think of just the beauty of creation, of this. This is a creation, however you want to say it. To have the humility to say, I see my place here. I'm a part of this. I'm a creature. I'm integrated. To me, that's grounding. What I think the connection here, something that is grounding, is the type of thing anchoring, helping us move in a thoughtful direction, not getting pulled in so many directions by everything that is trying to market to us. Sell us happiness, sell us contentment. That's what most of marketing is. That's what most of sales is. Try to sell happiness, sell contentment. That's where I really liked where these deeper sessions went this week. Let go of resentment, let go of anger. It's like realizing that happiness is inside of us already. Happiness isn't something we consume, just like health isn't really something we consume. Health is something that exists. Happiness is something that is in here. So many times we have to remove things. This is what we see in the culture. To try to sell you happiness. No, we need to remove the regrets. Remove the anger and the bitterness and the resentment and all the negative that we accumulate. Like this filter, we're passing through life and we are filtering all these experiences. And it's like, how many of the negative experiences have we run into and they're getting stuck in our filter? It's like we got to clean that out. Process it, let go of it, accept it, so that we can let go of it, come to peace with it. When you're removing something like that, getting down to the core of health and happiness, you realize the happiness, that's where you find it, in my experience. Process of grounding, really like that. So people helping people, that's my thought. That's medicine. Connection as medicine. And maybe not medicine the way we say it, just health, culture, things that are bringing us in a space where life is better. Medicine is things that say life is better. Or we don't say it's just a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of wellness. Maybe wellness is the word that's better than medicine in this context. Maybe we need different words for these things. Maybe, say, in this society where we have medical systems and billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies and all these things, you say maybe that just has to become medicine, and we say we need the different word. Maybe wellness is the word. What word comes to your mind when we say we want to get to the deeper level? I'm all for technology. I really am. Look at this technology we're using so that we can all be here connecting together. So it's wonderful. And medical technology, of course, we want it. We want as much thinking as possible. That's the other side of it. People developing new ways of helping each other. That's a beautiful process. So I'm all for that. But it's the natural practices and processes that we are talking about here, all of our good paths toward health. Fasting being an incredible path to do it. That'll help us need the medical technology as little as possible. Anybody who needs it, we want them to be able to have it. But we want to need it as little as possible, if for no other reason, to say we save some money on copays. That would be like, just check the first box. But then, of course, just to experience better health in our life, better happiness, better ability to serve others, our friends, our family, our community when we are well. I liked that observation. Was it just yesterday? Hard to give something that we don't have. Want to be able to share health and wholeness with people. That's a gift we have to give to ourselves first. Or it's a process that we have to develop or build for ourselves first. Like we said, fasting wealth, like a counterintuitive process. We're building up this reserve, the good, the positive, the wholesome. Build that up for ourselves. How can we be well? Such a great question. Maybe it's a deeper question than being healthy even. Say, in a health space, you think, well, how can I be healthy? Is wellness a layer under healthy? I'm reflecting right now, across my experience in medicine, I'm thinking of a couple patients that I had the great privilege of working with. The happiest, I would say the happiest people I've ever met in my life were actually people who are dealing with significant difficulty, physically disabled, having a tremendous amount of medical issues and situations, completely joyful. I think I told this story once. Somewhere in 200 videos that I was having a real rough day in the clinic once. I was so overwhelmed. And this patient came in. I was thinking about the situation. Myself, as a younger me, I'm running half marathons. I'm in good shape. I'm like, say, man, I've got it figured out, you would say, but I was so discouraged. And here this patient has a list of 20 different medical problems, can't even walk, confined to a wheelchair. And, they're paying for this visit, I'm the expert. I'm helping. I helped them, okay? But like half the session was them just sharing joy and positivity with me. I was like, whose visit is this? Like, this person is like just helping me, Such a beautiful experience for me personally. As the sun is slipping below the horizon there, do you love sunsets? I love watching a sunset. I love watching sunrises and sunsets, especially by a lake where you can see it reflecting. It's like we're watching two at once. I love it. How can we be well? This is where I was going with this story. Here, this person, average person would come to this patient, say this person is not healthy. They wouldn't, if we were trying to create some checklist for health, and we would say, hey, this person is not healthy. Well, look at all the medical problems. Look at the medication list. Look at all the issues. We would judge that person as not healthy. Or someone might, or perhaps I did. But you would say, is the person well? This is one of the most well human beings I have ever met in my life. And so wellness, we can see from that story, wellness is something so much broader than health. So I think that is the right question. How can we be well at the core of our being so that no matter what our circumstances are, no matter the health circumstance, all the things that we're struggling, can we have wellness through that? And can wellness that is underneath all of that, can that be something that can maximize health? Can health flow out of a place of wellness to the greatest extent possible? Pause and listen. Yeah, we got to take space to do it. That's the pause. We don't want to edit it out. The pause and the space and the listening, that's how we actually get ourselves into that parasympathetic state. Bring balance to the body. We got so many things pushing us in the direction. Stress, distraction, danger, alert. Like we're doing with our challenge, we want to create some gentle forces in the opposite direction through this season, especially as we're heading in to beautiful holiday celebration seasons. Center the mind to bring health to the body. Center the mind to bring peace and contentment both to ourselves and to everyone that we are running into contact with. We got to be the people who did this. Establish a space where we can listen. Listen to others, listen to the body. Like we said the other day in that meditation space. People will feel discouraged in a meditation space, say like, oh, I can't clear my mind. There's all these thoughts. I say, hey, that's like a big part of what it is. A reflection space. See, when you open the space and when you listen, what are the thoughts that come up? These are the important things. They're hiding just under the surface. And when we give enough space, all of a sudden they're there. What comes out? Definitely something to think about. How to bring a meditation space. I'd have to think about it and I'd be open to suggestions. I'm no master of it. I am an explorer. I've had benefit from it, but definitely a novice in it. So there's a saying, you don't want the blind leading the blind, as they say. But yeah, let's do some thinking about it. If people would appreciate it, I'm sure that we could create it. I'm sure that we could. I don't know if I'll turn this, maybe not this sort of space, the morning space, grabbing a coffee, this sort of thing. I don't think I'd turn it totally into it. I like what we're doing here as far as bringing some elements into it. Within our space, the live setup is really conducive to it in some degree, but definitely worthy of a lot of thought. Don't we all need it, though? I do think everybody needs it. Everybody needs some intention, some self-care. To me, meditation is really in the self-care zone. It's something that is so good for the whole body, the whole system. It's flowing right into this space where we're trying to do. We say, how do I thoughtfully flow toward a goal and a process? How do I develop the emotional resilience, the skills to navigate this? We've been going through all of our work unpacking. Why do we make the decisions we do? Why do we have the experiences we do, the challenges, the struggle? To me, and we did that session on the weight loss puzzle, clues to the puzzle. Start to see our own experience. We all have unique situation, experience, obstacles. How do we unlock that space? How do we solve this puzzle? We are here in this existence. We are creatures, like we were saying. And for whatever reason, however it has come to be, we are here in this experience. For some purpose, I do believe we are here for a reason and a purpose. We face obstacles in this moment, in this experience. Perhaps so that we can learn and grow, so that perhaps over the long course of time, the sweep of our life, we come to some place of acceptance, understanding, overcoming, accomplishing. I don't think life, I mean, who knows, but I don't think life has just some checkbox. I don't think we're being graded. I don't know. We don't want to create any kind of burden onto ourselves to say, oh, I have to figure this out. I have to do this. There's no pressure. I don't think we have to do anything in particular. But when you sit in a space and you reflect thoughtfully on life and on the challenge, everything that's happened where we are presently, and you're trying to set that rudder on the sailboat, say, I would like to shift this experience a little bit that way. Can we explore? This is the mindset I want for people, a curiosity. Can we find the way of being in the world that help us float over into that direction? So this is where we're at in December here. So 1 week down in December, I've heard from a little bit that we are on track so far. If you are, you aren't. It's all okay. See, everything's okay. We learn from our experiences. Every day is an opportunity to grow and develop a better way. Oh, look, my wife is coming in and saying hi while I'm live. It's so great. What's up? Can I help you? Okay. How is your energy heading into the weekend? How are you feeling? Are you feeling excited for it? Are you feeling ready for it? Are you nervous about it? Let's think about this weekend as an opportunity to rest and reset. Give yourself an opportunity to charge up this weekend. Maybe you have a busy schedule, or maybe you don't. But what is the self-care that you can do this weekend to really charge up the emotional battery? All of these practices, like we're describing, a fasting space, a meditation space. The thing that's so beautiful about a meditation space, especially, is mirroring the fasting space, completely free. Somewhere I have in here, I think I actually stacked my monitor on top of it. meditation by Marcus Aurelius. Stoic philosophy, one of the great classics. He has a line in there in meditation that is something about everybody wants a vacation home by the lake or the mountains. It's like much better to be able to retreat into your own mind where you can actually find solace, peace, contentment. Maybe you're fortunate enough to have a vacation home by the lake. Perfect. It was great to go there, But even better, find a space of mental peace and contentment that you can take right where you're at. Doesn't cost any money. No property taxes for the lakefront property. On the beautiful mental space of contentment that you can bring with you. Give some space. Like Queen of Heaven says, be silent, get some rest, eat well, open up a beautiful space this weekend. Fill that space with the healthiest food. That's what gives energy. Fuel our imagination. Love it. I do love it. Here's a great irony or a paradox or an observation of life. Both fasting and healthy food are energizing. Like, how amazing. Have you experienced it where you're in a fasting space and you can feel the food system shutting down? You can feel the energy being mobilized to power the body? Especially as you practice it. At the first times you do it, you say, oh, I'm not prepared for this. Absolutely, you're not skilled at fasting. You say, okay, the body has not strengthened that muscle. You can absolutely, can you feel tired? Can you feel low energy when you do it? Absolutely, you can. That is a weakness in the body. We recognize we have not no problem. Really nice to have you here. Have a great weekend. We see you back here soon. We haven't strengthened out the pathways. It's okay. We meet the body wherever it is. Gradually lean into it, just like lifting a weight. We can build it over time. A fasting practice, you can build it. But if you've experienced it, you say, okay, the absence of food can bring energy. Fascinating. Also good food. Right? Have you experienced it? You eat something unhealthy. Do you fear it? We feel it weighing you down. Feels like you ate a lead weight in the stomach. Energy level down. It's like maybe in the short term, you say, oh, tasted so good, but then not bringing health and vitality. But have you had it? You ate an incredibly nutritious meal. Wonderful. Vegetables, healthy, protein, fat, no processed food. And then do you feel energized by it? You just feel the nutrition coming into the body, nourishing our cells, nourishing our being. This is how fasting brings everything into balance. These things together bring things into balance. We want both energy sources, energy from fasting, energy from healthy food. What's the balance of that this weekend that power you on in health and wellness and wholeness? Take some space. Feels good just to leave the space. Maybe you have an open weekend. Maybe you are fortunate enough. You have a lot of space coming up here. Find some gratitude for that. Lean into some really thoughtful space. Like Nahko says, not a lot of medicine on the TV. Try to get the screens down. Open up some space for some beautiful music, some meditation space, maybe some fasting space. Maybe take some intention. Try to really pour into a really beautiful, healthy meal, something that can really nourish yourself. We talked here, connection and community, relationships as medicine. Maybe you take an extra intention in this weekend. Try to connect. Either personally, someone that you say, hey, I want to connect with this person, or maybe someone that you know that needs a connection. Remember, energy that we can put in and see it come back around. This has been a great week. It's been a great week connecting with you on the channel in the live session. I've really appreciated having you here. Thanks for flowing through these spaces with me, helping me reflect on the deep thoughts, letting go of things that are not serving us, and then just sharing this space today. Reflect. Enjoy some music and a coffee. Just feels great. I'll leave you just with the thought of the weekend. Embrace lightness. Find the ways, take a little bit of pressure off yourself. Think of creating that joyful expression of health. Want this weekend to be about lightness, joyful expression of health. Building up the mental capital for next week. Charging up the emotional battery. And finding that balance between the fasting space and the healthiest nutrition. Supporting our body as we move through life, move through the days. Wish you the very best. I'll be back with you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.